Hello everyone and welcome back to another video from my channel Highbrook Model Railway. Now today we are celebrating 20,000 total views on this channel. I have some thank yous to say, and to celebrate 20,000 total views on my channel, today we are going to be going through my top 10 favourite steam locomotives. So first of all, I'd just like to say thank you everyone so much for getting me and my little channel to 20,000 total views. It really is a massive achievement. Now, I am aware that I am a little bit late to this. I'm sitting at about 24,000 total views now, so we're, not far off getting to 30,000 views. So hopefully it isn't long before we get to the 30,000 total channel views special. But even though I am a little bit late to the 20,000 views special due to other videos coming out first and stuff like that on holidays, I would just like to celebrate it now by going through the top 10 steam locomotives with you. As I said before, with every view special, maybe apart from the big ones, I might do something different for 50,000 total views or 100,000 total views if we ever get there, but I'm sure if we keep pushing on, I will eventually. So apart from those two, which are the really big special ones, every 10,000 views I do a total channel views special, and I celebrate that by going through my top 10 favourite thing, top 10 theme of things. So today I am doing steam locomotives. Next time it might be diesel locomotives, it might be top 10 favourite railways, it might be, I don't know, top 10 favourite pieces of rolling stock, I don't know, but we celebrate this by going through my top 10 of a category and we celebrate it that way. So I would just like to say thank you everyone very, very much for getting my channel to 20,000 total channel views and about 24k now I think we're at. So thank you to all the people who have watched my videos. Thank you to everyone who's seen my videos in the feed. I mean, you don't even have to click on it, even if you've just seen it, that's an impression, and that way YouTube can help get my channel out to more people. Thanks to everyone who's seen the videos in my feed. Thank you to everyone who watches, whether you've watched once or whether you watch every single video. Thank you to everyone who comments, shares, likes, subscribes and has notifications turned on. And special thanks to my moderators in my streams as well. You lot really help out. Although you aren't really needed in the streams, I don't think we've ever, apart from once, had any negative comments in the stream. The moderators, it's nice to have some people who can, help me in live streams and stuff like that as well. So thank you to everyone who has been involved in my channel in some way, big or small. And now we'll jump into my top 10 favourite steam locomotives. Right then, so first off at number 10 we have the 57XX or 5700 series pannier tank. So then, I do really like the 5700 series or 57XX pannier tank. I do like the black ones as shown here. I do think the British Railways ones do look really smart. But as with most steam locomotives, it does look much better in green. But I've put a black one on just because it's something out of the ordinary. I do think it's really quite a cute tank engine, especially the little coal bunker at the back. And I really do think with panniers, that is the rectangular water tanks on the side of the boiler, the fact that the pannier tanks make the whole front of the engine in front of the cab look square and almost like cuboid, cuboid, just, I don't know what it is about it, but I just think that the cuboid shape of the panniers makes this engine look really, really smart and almost business-like. At number 9 we have the Hall or 4900 series, the Manor, the 7800 series, in the Castle classes, and the Castle is 4073 series, and these are from the Great Western Railway. Now they all do look pretty much the same, although the mechanical, differences might be quite major on the outside, and to me, apart from the names, they do look quite similar, so that's why I've grouped those three together. So then, here we have a Manor class. This is Foxcote Manor. I think this one, again, it's the boiler and the wheel configuration. The 460 wheel configuration with the 6 driving wheels being spaced, considerably quite far apart, but also being quite small in diameter. I think the long, really quite thin boiler on this engine really, again, makes it look quite smart, and especially the steam dome on the top, that looks really smart as well. And especially the chimney that's not particularly tall, it's quite short and fat. I think it's just the wheel configuration and the long slim boiler that really sells this one as a nice looking engine for me. Coming in at number 8, another Great Western Railways one. It is the Great Western Railway 1400 class, better known as the 14XX tank engine. With the 14XX tank engine, I think once again it's the wheel configuration that I really like. I really like the coupling rods on the outside of the engine, but with there only been 4 driving wheels, it kind of reminds me of the coupling rod arrangement of the 08, so 6 driving wheels, but this has got 4. I think they look really sort of cute, the 4 driving wheels and the coupling rods going around when it's running. I also really like the short fat water tanks. Overall, it's a very nice looking engine. Coming in, a really nice engine is this one, is number 7, LNER Class P2. I do love a good P2, me. This time I think it's the boiler again and the wheel configuration. I think the boiler looks really smart, sort of the long slim boiler that runs the almost entire length of the locomotive. I think the curving smoke deflectors over the top, a bit like the 9Fs, a bit like the A1s, but I think back the curve over and then the chimney pokes out makes this engine look really nice. I think all the pipes down the sides make this engine look, a really powerful beast. And also the 8 driving wheels, which I believe is the second most number of driving wheels aside from the 9Fs on any British locomotive. A very nice looking engine. Coming in at number 6, a beautiful engine, even though it's quite a common one, or it was back in the day. It is the LMS Stanier Black 5. If I love a P2, I think everybody loves a Black 5. This time it's the boiler and the pipes that go down to the cylinders. I think the pipes almost look like they're holding up the weight of the boiler, and for me that is convincing in making it like a really nice engine. The really fat boiler and the coupling rods on the side and all the lubricators down there are really convincing for making it like a powerful engine, and especially the big steam dome on top. Again, a wonderful steam engine. Coming in at number 5 is the LNER Class A4, and in fact we have an example of one of them right here. That is Golden Eagle. Although Golden Eagle isn't my favourite A4, I decided not to pick names for the classes because that'd mean trawling through every name of every class and finding a good name. But we do indeed have an example of an A4 in front of us on the track right now. So the LNER Class A4. The A4s, of course, have to appear somewhere on my list. It is really just the fact that the names that are picked for these engines are really nice. They're really famous, obviously, with Mallard being the fastest steam engine in the world, unless the Americans beat it, but that's a story for another time. The really sleek, curvature over the wheels for the BR1s, or the curvature that goes like across the wheels for the A1s for me, really sells this engine as being really nice. Obviously, the BR1s have the curvature going over the top of the wheels, and the LNER ones have the wheels covered like halfway down the side. Personally, I think I prefer the LNER covered ones, but overall just the sleekness of the engine really does sell it for me. Coming in at number 4, we have the LNER Class A3/A1s. Again, I've grouped these two together like the Hall, Manor and Castle classes, because basically the A3s are just an upgraded version of the A1s, so I've put an example of those on the track for you here. We've got Tornado and we've got Flying Scotsman. Again, I've not included names because although Tornado is probably my favourite A1, I'm not going to go trawling through the entire list of A1s that were ever built to find the name. I've just done the general class number, so it is Tornado and Flying Scotsman we have here, and they are representing at number 4 LNER Class A3 and A1s. If I didn't put Flying Scotsman as the photo here, I think somebody would be around my house trying to get me lynched. A3s and A1s. On the A1s, I really like the smoke deflectors that cover the front bottom of the smoke box. I think they look really smart. With the A3s, I really like the sort of half smoke deflectors with that. Especially on Flying Scotsman, I really like that sort of gold cap that's on the eccentric rod in the middle of the driving wheels. I think that looks really nice. I think all the, the copper, this really obvious copper cylinder drain cocks that come out of the bottom look really nice. Obviously, with A1s having their heritage and stuff like that, Flying Scotsman going to America and Australia, and Tornado being built in 2008, being a modern engine, but also looking like it was built, back when steam engines were still a thing. The A1s and A3s do look really smart. I do prefer them, however, in the BR livery rather than the LNER livery, and I have had a stern telling off for liking that in not the LNER one by some viewers on my YouTube channel. I'm sure you know who you are, and it was just a bit of a joke, but there we are, the LNER A1 and A3s. We're into the top 3 now, so at number 3 we have the LMS Coronation class. The streamlined versions of these, to me, like Duchess of Hamilton here, which is my favourite one, I think they look best. It's the sleekness and the smoothness of the casing. I mean, look at the tender. Look how, how the top of the tender curves over into the cab for the best streamline. I mean, look how it curves round to the cab. Look how it curves over the smoke box at the front. The livery is absolutely fantastic, and the details in the streamlining and, just how sleek, smooth, and how elegant and fancy it looks is really why I like the streamlined Coronation classes. Coming in at number 2 on our list is BR Standard 9F, and again we've got an example in front of you. Anyone who's watched like 2 of my videos on my channel will know that I absolutely love the 9F. So for this one, it's the amount of driving wheels. It's got 10 driving wheels and not many trailing wheels. In fact, it's got none, and it's not got many leading wheels, and they're just the sheer amount of driving wheels, how long the boiler is, and also the smoke deflectors make this engine look really fantastic. It's the fact that the black ones, although the green ones are nice, I must say I think I prefer the black ones, just because of you can imagine a black engine like that, a real workhorse, even though they weren't in service for very much long after they were built. You can just imagine these very, very powerful, like the most powerful British railway locomotive, hauling massive freight trains, or Evening Star hauling 10, 11, 12, 13 coach rakes up and down the main line. You can just really imagine the thundering of the many, many driving wheels and the sheer power you can get out of these engines. I mean, just look at the driving wheels. They're really small, but there's lots of them. It's a wonderful engine, and that's why I like them so much. And finally, my favourite steam locomotive of all time, my absolute favourite steam locomotive, and I bet some of you who are regular viewers of my channel will be able to guess this. Can you guess? Drum roll, please. Of course, it's the BR Standard 4MT 460. Not, as I always have to say, not the tank engine version, because sometimes people get confused because there's a tank engine version of the 4MT. It might not be the same wheel formation, but sometimes people get confused. It is the BR Standard 4MT 460. And it's not in the black livery, the ones that's my favourite. It's the ones that are in the BR green with like the lined red pinstriping, like Tornado has there. So my favourite steam locomotive of all time is the BR Standard 4MT 460, but the tender version, not the tank engine version, as I always have to say. The BR Standard 4MT, not the tank engine version. I mean, where must I start? I mean, the boiler looks absolutely fantastic with all the handrails, the piping all over it. The steam dome kind of looks like a bowler hat, and to be fair, I just find that funny. The wheel configuration, again, if you put a pair of trailing, undriven wheels, then, you could class this as a Pacific. It just looks powerful. To say it's only 4MT, it looks really powerful. The buffer beam, I really like, the sort of sloped casting before it leads up to the smoke box. The sloped front looks really nice. The board, the running board along the side, the pipes, the step down tender that's got like the raised bit of coal, and then it steps down to the lower bit, which is where the water is. It just looks fantastic, and as most steam engines do, it just looks so good in that BR green with the red spin striping. It's not difficult to see why this is my favourite loco. The BR Standard 4MT, not the tank engine version. Right then, so I hope you've enjoyed today's 20,000 channel view special of me going over my top 10 favourite steam locomotives. As always, every 10,000 views, apart from the big special ones like 50,000 and 100,000 views, etc, etc, so on and so forth, I will be doing a top 10 video to celebrate that amount of channel views when it comes to that time. So the next one will be 30,000. We might even do diesel locomotives there, or we might do rolling stock. I don't know, I will have to decide. But I hope you've enjoyed finding out what are my top 10 steam locomotives. So now whenever asked me what are your favourite steam locomotives, or what are your favourite diesel locomotives, because I'll definitely be doing that in future, I can point them towards this video and say, here's why, here's a better explanation than I can do, live on the stream, which is generally when they get asked. So thank you to everyone, as always, who has been involved in my channel with getting the views up, getting the subscribers up. As I record this, we're on 212. I'm trying to get to 250 by the end of this year, and seeing as we started on 54 at the start of this year and we're now at 212, I'd say we've got a pretty good chance of doing that. But keep sharing the videos to your friends, keep liking them, keep commenting, keep watching my videos and subscribing, because it really does help the channel. And thank you to everyone, if you've been involved in my channel just by seeing a video, or whether you've been involved in my channel by coming and joining my streams and watching my videos, and of course being subscribed. It doesn't matter how you've been involved with my channel, but thank you all very much for 20,000 channel views. Anyway, that's all I've got time for today, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this, and thank you all once again for 20,000 total channel views.